Hey, Facebook. Uh, I would actually like to discuss something today that I started yesterday, and it's the treatment of our soldiers and veterans. America does a horrible job of taking care of its veterans and honestly, its active soldiers. Lately, a story has been catching traction with some of the guys about California soldiers are being required to repay some of their signing bonuses from 10 years ago because the recruiters offered more money than they were allowed to offer. Obviously, this is not the soldiers' problems, this is the recruiters' problem. But they're paying it all back anyways. Because, Leavenworth is not a friendly place, and they would rather pay the money than end up there. That's what we've gotten to. We've gotten to a point where soldiers in good faith sign up to join the army or military in general, and under their contracts, perform their duties honorably. They receive their signing bonus, and then 10 years later, the government says, we made a mistake, we're going to need some of that money back. That's not how it works. It does not work that way anywhere else in the world. Anywhere. Say you left an extra $2 on a $10 purchase, and you forget about it. Then 10 years later, you go back to that same store and be like, hey, I left my $2 here that I overpaid with. Can I get that back? Do you think anywhere in the world, the store owner would be like, oh yeah, sure, here's your $2? No. And the government should not be doing this either. Period. It was a grand total of $15 million. $15 million. To our government's budget, $15 million is basically what a penny is to you. You worried about losing a penny? Yes, it's true that is taxpayers' money. However, the soldiers did not make the mistake. The people who were in charge of signing them up did. That's where your problem lies, and that's where your focus should be, government. You should be ashamed of yourself. What happens under financial stress? Let's see. Rates of divorce go up, and what other rate? Oh yeah, suicide! Nearly had me cussing on Facebook. So our current rate of 22 veterans that commit suicide every day, expect them to shoot up in huge numbers in the state of California within the next year. Expect it. And the sole fault of that falls strictly on the government. They are already to blame for the 22 that are committing suicide every day, which, by the way, that is a low estimate. I cannot tell you just how furious I am about this. The only way that treatment of our veterans and our soldiers is going to get better is with you. It starts with awareness. That means hit that share button. Once everybody's aware of it, and as outraged as I am, which I'm sure will probably never happen because it's a horrible, horrible truth about America. And we tend to ignore those things. Here's your chance to do something right for a change. Here's your chance to actually earn that ribbon sticker that you have on the back of your car that says support your troops. Fight. God damn it. Fight. We fought for you. It's time you fight for us. We are crying out for help with every last breath that we have, and we are being ignored. A friend of mine, John Stoltz, with the Vote Vets program, he is going to address this California issue, and he has a lot of power behind him. Please donate to Vote Vets, because they're going to need the money to, well, basically save lives. Would you ever think of somebody giving CPR and he requires, $2 to finish what he's doing? You'd give that, right? I mean, that makes sense. He's saving a life. You give him $2, the life is saved. The same thing is true with organizations like Vote Vets, the Battle Buddy Foundation, the Wounded Warrior Project, Operation Injured Soldiers. There are thousands of them. IAVA, just thousands of them that need this money to help save soldiers. So donate where you can, when you can, and what you can. Even if it's just going up to your neighbor who's a vet and saying thank you for your service. Because that means more to us than you could ever imagine. See that like button right there? I don't give two damns about it. That's the important button. You share it. You tag your friends. You tell them to share it. You let everyone know that this issue cannot continue. Veteran suicide rates are unacceptable. After you hit that share button, if you want to do more, I'll leave the link up here for where to go to write your representatives. That's the next best move. Let's do some push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Well over 7,000 veterans have committed suicide this year alone. That's more than the amount of death caused at 9/11. More than 60,000 have committed suicide in the last 10 years. It is literally unacceptable. I just cannot stand for this, and I need your help.